The title of this podcast is Listening to Your Personal Mind Prevents You from Enjoying Life. In a recent podcast I listened to with Michael Singer, who is just extraordinary, the author of Untethered Soul, Living Untethered, Untethered at Work, and the Surrender Experiment. In this podcast, he shared that listening to the personal mind is like being seated in the movie theater next to kids who talk throughout the whole movie. And when I heard that, I just kind of laughed and smiled inside because that's exactly what has happened when I found myself identified with what my mind has to say, sometimes unconscious that my mind and heart are bothered by something. And as a result, I miss out on what's happening in the present moment. And the example that Michael Singer gave is about missing out on enjoying the movie. In my case, it's meant missing out on all the magical things and miracles that are happening in the workplace, all the acts of kindness that are happening in ToBeRe community, as well as throughout, my life. All these amazing things that are happening. That's not to say that there aren't things that are happening that are challenging. That's also present, but I'm certainly more prone to focus on those things as opposed to all the things that are wonderful when I listen to my personal mind. And a couple examples for me are that I could be having a fabulous day at work, or the opportunity to have a fabulous day at work is present. And someone says or does something that my mind has a problem with, and all of a sudden, I found myself listening to it. My personal mind has a lot to say, and then I'm no longer in the present moment enjoying the day. On the pickleball court, it's me missing a serve or missing a shot, being not being able to let that go because it's already happened, to be back in the present moment, thinking about am I here playing a game, being active with great people, and I should just be doing like backflips and cartwheels, you know, as a sign of my enjoyment of that experience. But instead, I'm worried about, missing a shot or my partner missing a shot. And that has really ruined a lot of pickleball games. Now that I'm present to it, I enjoy more games, win or lose, than I ever have before. But that's part of this practice. So what can you do about it when your personal mind is ruining, your experiences in life? What I've learned to do is to not suppress what the personal mind or heart are doing or have to say. In response to it doing that, I let it have its piece. And instead of replying back to it, like, oh, yeah, I should have done this and going down that rabbit hole, I just simply say no comment. And when I say that, it kind of signals that the conscious part of me, of who I really am, is in charge. And we're not going down this path, but instead we're going to go down a different path. And that doesn't seem like much, but those two words, no comment, it kind of breaks me from being in that track, in that rut. And it allows me to be able to reset, to be aware that there's something else available to me in that moment, which is noticing everything that's around me. And so now that I started to do that, what I have experienced has been when I go to work, I enjoy work. When I go to the ToBeRe studio, I enjoy being in the ToBeRe studio. I do this with my relationships and my friendships. And as a result, I enjoy my relationships and friendships. I do this throughout my entire life. And as a result, I love and appreciate my life. My practice that I do every single day, the part that includes reading and listening to podcasts and exercise that I do every day, kicks me off and jumpstarts me for the day. And then practicing the principles of the practice throughout the day helps me maintain and sustain this total well-being. Otherwise, I would have my movie ruined every single day. So I invite you to be aware of the personal mind and the wounded heart that are dictating how you experience life. There's another path forward. And it begins with not listening to either one of those things, but practicing being conscious. And if you do, you'll find out that there's so many opportunities to enjoy life.